Hey guys, welcome back to Boss Fan TV, and today we're doing the match preview for our game against Finn Harps tomorrow at Daily Mount. Suppose it's the beginning of a new era for the club now, with a new manager finally being appointed last week in Declan Devine. Um, well, that kind of came out of the blue. I think it was reported by someone, I think worked for the BBC or something in Northern Ireland. He reported on it then. It was announced a short time later by the club, just before the St. Pat's game, which we won't touch too much on. I don't like to look back on defeats when I'm doing previews, but which I've had to do a lot of this season. But um, yeah, it was pretty poor. But it's not that was last week. We have to look forward to this game tomorrow. Under a new manager, in a new era. So yeah, it was a pretty disappointing performance, but yeah, like I said, we just have to move forward now into this game, and with Declan Devine in charge now, and to be honest, I don't really know what to think about this one. I think I've warmed to it more. I wasn't maybe so keen on it when it first came out, but I think with the experience he has, obviously he did a decent job at Derry. He won the cup with them. He got them into Europe a few times. Maybe didn't end quite. Maybe it didn't end the way he probably would have wanted it to have ended at Derry, but I still think it's a pretty good appointment. I think what he said since he's been appointed has been pretty good. I think with the way he wants the team to play, he wants the team to work hard and to get stuck in, which is something that we haven't really seen from the Spurs team in a while. So that's a positive, I suppose. Obviously as well with Keith Buckley coming back, that was officially announced today. That's another huge boost for him and for us next season as well to have such a good leader in the team, someone who we missed sorely this season. Um, Obviously there were kind of rumours about it around a month ago that maybe he was in talks to come back, but that was officially announced by the club today on a 3-year deal. Which is great news. He was a great servant for the club. Obviously, being the captain, he was such a leader in that team in the dressing room. Again, we missed him big time this season. We lacked him, a player like him, both on the pitch and off the pitch in terms of his quality. He is a good footballer. I know a lot of people sort of think he's just a kind of not a passion merchant. I suppose that's what people kind of say nowadays, but he was kind of more of a leader on the pitch rather than just. But when he was playing, I thought his passing was pretty good. He does bring a lot to the team, so that's a good sign. And I know 3-year deal with his age and everything, but I think it'll definitely be worth it. But I'd give him a lifetime contract if I would. He's that he was just that good of a leader. He just earned the respect from the dressing room. I know he's well liked around the club, so that's a huge plus to have him back. But more on tomorrow's game. Yeah, again, it's a nothing game. It's a bit of a dead rubber. I know Finn Harps still have a lot to play for. They're still in the hunt to kind of, to get into that playoff spot and avoid relegation. Well, I know they could lose the playoff, but they don't want to. They want to avoid instant relegation, and they'll see this as an opportunity, I suppose, to get 3 points, or even a point, because especially with us just not being in great form, and it's just been such a kind of lull around the place at the minute. I know that's kind of changed this week with the new manager coming in, and that people are trying to be positive, which is good for a change. It's been very dull throughout the season, but yeah, it'll be a tough game. I think it'll be tight. Finn Harps will be up to their usual tricks. They'll probably try and kick lumps out of us, and try and frustrate us in every way possible. That's just what they do. Um, but hopefully with that kind of confidence now, with the new manager in Declan Devine, he'll have been in this week. He'll have worked the players hard. He'll have got to know them. He'll have chatted to them. He'll have laid the marker down of what he wants to see from the team, and hopefully we'll see a good performance on the pitch tomorrow. my team again, it's kind of tough to know. It's really tough for to know what he's going to go with. I don't even know what formation he'll play, but I'll just try and give sort of I don't know what I think he may go with tomorrow. Some sort of idea of what he might go with. In goal, I'd say it'd be Toy Groin. I don't know where McCracken is. He seems to be injured, and obviously Talbot's injured as well, so it'll have to be Toy Groin. I thought his goalkeeping was a little bit suspect against Pat, especially for Awalabi's goal. He just dived the complete wrong way. Um, Left full, I'd say it'd be Max Murphy. I don't know where Wilson is. I think Wilson and Burke might be injured for this game, so I'd say it'd be Max Murphy at left full. Um, Two centre halves will probably be Kelly and Feely. I don't know whether maybe Kerr might come back in or not, but he was an unused sub against Pats. So I'd say it'll be Feely and Kelly at the back. Then it'll probably be Jordan Doherty at right back. Moving into the midfield, I'd say it'll probably be something similar to what we saw against Pats. Hopefully Flores comes back in. Obviously he was suspended, so I'd go with him, Clark, and maybe McManus in the middle. I thought he did quite well um, against Pats, as well as James Clark. Listen, he's probably been the only positive, kind of only shining light in the team as of late. He scored a really good goal last week, and he's been continuing to impress, and he's probably one of the first names in the team G at the moment. Front three, we don't know what's up with Burr and Coote. There was talk that they were sent to train with the under 19s. That I think that was true because I think I seen something saying that Liam Burr was playing for the under 19s and he scored in a game. I think he won 5-0 or something like that. Which obviously isn't good. That's probably a sign that they're going to be leaving pretty soon. Obviously, there's been rumours since the summer that Liam Burr could be going to Rovers, which it just you don't want to see that happen again, do you? We've seen that enough now. But if that's true, then uh, maybe I don't know. Maybe Pounder just didn't like the way his attitude was or his training, whatever. Him and Cool, maybe they just weren't putting in the effort, and because they know that they're leaving, and Pender just said, just go and train with the under 19s. So it'll probably be McDade, Varian, and Twardek. Unfortunately, as the front three. I know that's a pretty terrible front three, but it's all we have now. Let's be honest with Bert and Cooch seemingly not a part of the plans at the moment. And maybe I don't know, Devine just sat down and talked with them and maybe convinced them to play the last three games, but it'll probably be McDade, Varian, and Twilight as the front three again. Prediction again, like I said, I don't expect it to be a thrilling encounter. It's Finn Harps will try and probably just kind of. I'm not sure they'll go for it. They have to at this stage of the season with 3, 4 games left, whatever. They have to go for it and get the points to try and avoid finishing bottom of the league and getting the instant relegation. They want a playoff spot. They want to, compete against a first division team that they know they can get, that they can be. Um, but I think we'll just about nick it, maybe 1-0. That's all I've kind of gone for lately, just 1-0 balls because I haven't really seen anything to suggest that we're going to go and blow a team out of the water 3-4-0. So yeah, I think I'll go for an narrow enough 1-0 win. I just hope we see a good performance, something that we can get excited for next season under Devine. So yeah, that's where I'm going to end it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment down below your thoughts heading into this game, the news lately, what you think of Declan Devine becoming a new manager, keep Buckley coming back, and I'll see you in the next one.